All right. Hello, guys. Hello, guys. How are we all doing today? How are we doing today? So if you can hear me loud and clear, if you can hear me loud and clear, type a yes in the chat. Type a yes in the chat. Type a yes in the chat. Type a yes in the chat so I know you can actually hear me loud and clear. Fantastic, brilliant, brilliant. So we're expecting more people to join us, all right? More people to join us. But before that, my name is Mohammed Suleiman, and I'm super, super excited to be here tonight to drive this session. Okay. While people are joining us, I would love to know where are you joining us from? I am joining in from Lagos, Nigeria. So where are you joining us from? So I've typed my own location in the chat. So I would love to know where are you joining uh from. Okay. Ikoyi, Lagos, fantastic. Abia State. I can hear you from Lagos. Brilliant. There are a lot of Lagosians here. River State, Jamie. Good one. So let's keep it coming in. Let's keep it coming in. We are about to have a wonderful session tonight. So let us participate. Ikorodu, Ibadan. Fantastic one. All right. So while people are joining us tonight, we're going to discuss something very interesting. Okay, very interesting. You're going to learn what happens on the back end whenever you hit that. Sorry about that. I'm not sure who brought that in. All right, so let's go ahead. Now, you're going to learn what happens at the back end when you hit that apply button whenever you are applying to jobs, especially if you are here tonight and you've been applying to jobs and getting rejection emails. How many of you are in that boat? You can give me a thumbs up like this. Click the reaction, the face, the smiley face, and give me a thumbs up like this. If you are in that boat, you currently are getting rejection emails, all those emails that start with, oh, hello, regret to inform you that while your application stood out, we will be moving on with other candidates who we deem more suitable to the role. How many of us, or are you not, you're not applying to jobs, especially tech jobs for that matter? So, okay, fantastic. Quite a number of people in that boat. So, we will be learning a whole lot today. So, ensure to send this link to anyone who you think would benefit from a session like this so that you don't get to miss out. But first things first, allow me to share my screen, introduce myself, introduce who we are here at Nebiant Analytics. I'm assuming this is the first time majority of you are joining us, if I'm correct. You can type first time in the chat. I want to know if it's your first time joining us. You can type first time. If it's not your first time, type regular so I know whether you're joining us for the first time or you're a regular attendee. Now, I'm going to share my screen. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. Um, you're going to see Nebiant Analytics Tech Elevator on the screen anytime now. So you should be able to see my screen now and we will get started. Okay, quite a number of first timers in here. Brilliant one. I'm super excited as well. So, first things first, we need to get to know who is speaking, right? My name is Mohammed Suleiman. I am the Chief Operating Officer here at Nebiant Analytics. I've been able to rack up more than half a decade of experience in the space. I've worked with top firms like Alfa Romeo. Alfa Romeo is one of Italy's largest luxury car brand. And I did that job from Lagos. I did it remotely from Lagos. So if you're also looking to remote opportunities, this is a session that you should be in. All right. So and the car guys in the house, you would know Alfa Romeo. Where are the Formula One fans in the house? Where are the F1 fans in the house? Let me see. Am I in the wrong place? Where are the F1 fans in the house? So give me a thumbs up. So that I see. Okay. Oka for Pascal. Okay. Send me a DM after this call. Let's gist. All right. So I've also helped quite a number of Africans get into the space. and I've also been a top data visualization voice on LinkedIn. I also transitioned into tech. I finished with a first degree in mechanical engineering. All right, but today I call myself a successful data analyst and data scientist. So, for those of us who are meeting Evidence Analytics for the very first time, what we do here is very simple. We help Africans get into the tech space because it's been characteristically difficult for Africans to actually make that transition. A lot of people learn, self-learn, some even register for some courses, but at the end of the day, it's still the same story. All right. And the reason is because um, while you focus on learning some fantastic tools, you also don't get the information to go with it to complement that effort of yours. So we give you that blueprint here at Nipiant Analytics, and we've used this to help quite a number of people get into the space as well. We also have in-house experts that are going to be working with you on this journey. Today, we came here for something, right? And we will be getting that thing um, through the next 1 hour 15 minutes at the maximum, 1 hour 15 minutes max. So let's go ahead and let's see how best we can use our time. Now, we're going to cover three things tonight. First one is how some of our students moved from non-tech roles to tech roles. Okay, how did they transition into tech? What was their story like? And how can you also do that? How do you follow in their footstep? And I'll also be sharing some of the vital information you need to know. So the first step for you to even get into tech is that you know this information, right? If you don't know it, you are literally going to stay in the market for a very long time if you ever even get into tech eventually. And last but not the least, the very special announcement at the end of the session, you'd also be able to ask me questions through your microphone. So if you want to speak with me at the end of the session, ensure that you write your questions down somewhere so you don't forget as they come up, so that at the end of the session, you get to ask me the question. Are you excited? Type yes in the chat. And meanwhile, as you're typing yes, the link to the attendance form is in the chat. So if you want to get my slides later on and the recording of this session, ensure to fill the attendance form. Ensure to fill the attendance form. All right. Yes. So only two people. Okay. Fantastic. That's more like it. So I want a resounding yes. Okay. Fantastic. So let us go ahead. And this is Esther. Right. Esther finished from the School of Nursing. School of Nursing, meaning she's from the health sector. She was very passionate about the health sector, but very quickly, upon getting her first job and the likes, she realized that this was not where she wanted to be financially. So she started being realistic. That okay, yes, I love the health sector, but of course, I don't like where I am financially, right? So she tried tech. She chose Navient Analytics. This was early this year, and 3 months later, she got her very first tech role as a monitoring and evaluation analyst, working hybrid with Prower. So mostly working from home, and then once in a while working at the office. All right. And this is Naomi. Naomi used to work in, not used to, she works, okay, because of the, and you understand why I say she works with this story. Naomi works in a francophone country, right? So she's a Nigerian working in one of the French countries of Africa, so meaning she's a foreigner. Now a bank bought over our own bank and they started laying off foreigners. So she didn't wait till her turn came. She tendered her resignation. They rejected the resignation and she was disgruntled. So she told herself, I want to be so skilled, and this is in her own words, I want to be so skilled such that I can work from home. So she knew very well that look, I need to get skilled in tech. Tech is the easiest way to work from home and earn something tangible, right? So she chose tech, and this was earlier this year. Guess what? Fast forward, the same organization that was relegating Naomi promoted, created a new department, asked her to head that department, and she said she wanted to think about it. And they told her, you know what, you're not going to think about this one. We don't have that time. Okay, you're going to take it. She said, okay, at least you train me, right? They told her, Naomi, we see what you do on LinkedIn. Guys, I am stressing LinkedIn here. Listen, they told her, we see what you do on LinkedIn and we know what you're capable of. So you see that thing you're doing on LinkedIn, right? We want you to teach it to members of that department. Okay, here's the reason you be the head of the department. So they saw her escapades on LinkedIn. So they were very smart enough to retain her, doubled her salary, increased her benefits and the likes like that. So that was the story of Naomi, and there are many more. But before we go into that, let me start telling you some of the secrets a lot of Africans don't know. Okay, if you want to write this down, fine, but you don't have to write it down. All you need to do is to fill out the attendance form, okay, and concentrate on what I'm saying. Now, how do you get jobs? Oh, you apply to jobs, right? Correct. Correct. But let me tell you what the roadmap is like so that you understand where I'm coming from. Guys, when you hit that apply button, whenever you hit the apply button, how many of you know, how many of you know, how many of you know or think that your CV goes to the HR? Or majority of us, I think that's what we think, right? Your CV goes to the HR. Type a yes in the chat. Don't worry, the attendance form will be pasted now. All right. How many of you think or feel that your CV should go to the HR, right? Once you hit the apply button, it goes to the HR and then they review it and they decide what to do. How many of you think that that's what happens? Okay, I can see yes, yes, sure. You think that's what happened, right? Guess what? Whenever you hit that apply button, here's what happens. Your CV goes to an AI called ATS. The name of that robot is ATS, Applicant Tracking System. And this applicant tracking system has just one job. One job. The job of the applicant tracking system is to look at your CV and compare it with the job description and score it based on a scale of 1 to 100. Now, do you know where the irony is? The irony is that anything less than 90%, anything less than 90%, the ATS is usually programmed to delay your rejection email by 5 days before it sends it to you. Guys, am I making sense? So when they send it to you, they delay it deliberately so that people don't commit suicide. Okay, you apply and then they're slamming you with rejection immediately. A lot of people would become depressed. Suicide rates can increase. So they wait a little. So it creates that illusion as if a human being is checking your CV. But in actual fact, it is an ATS that looks at your CV and then decides based on your score whether to send your CV to the next stage where an actual HR will look at it or send you a rejection email. And guess what? Most people get sent rejection emails. Most people get sent rejection emails. About 95% of applicants get rejected. Are you with me, guys? Am I making sense? Am I making sense? The attendance form is in the chat. Okay, the attendance form is in the chat. So ensure to um fill out the attendance form. All right. So a lot of you find yourself in this boat. I was there before. You apply, you get rejection. Unfortunately, we regret to inform you while your application stood out, different ways just so that you're not demoralized. They won't delay it. And so the truth actually is that whenever you just know that whenever you get a rejection email, the recruiter never knew that you applied to the job. It's so sad, right? Isn't that sad? The recruiter never knew that you applied to the job. So the others that score above 90%, their CVs get moved to the next stage where an actual human being like me and you gets to see the CV. So out of, let's say, 1,000 CVs, only about 50 to 25 CVs make it to the recruiters. Now, the recruiter then sit down with this selected few to review them and decide to, in most of the cases, and this also depends on the hiring capacity of the organization at the time. They decide to then invite either all of them or some of them for an interview, and then from there they get to hire the chosen one. So where most people drop off is the ATS. So the key thing for you whenever applying to a job is you want to get past this ATS. Because if you don't get past the ATS, you're not even competing with anybody. You're competing with yourself. Okay? It's you, yourself, and the ATS. Are you with me, guys? So you need to understand that this is what happens at the back end whenever you hit the apply button. So you need to also prepare to up your game with AI. Recruiters have stepped up their game with AI. If you're doing things the traditional way, you are on your own. All right. So most people end up in that 95% bracket. But guess what? You have to have proof to be able to stand out in the job market. This is another thing you need to know. So after you've made it past the ATS, the recruiter starts scrutinizing you. So it's human to human now. And they start scrutinizing you. And you have to have proof that you've done what you say you know how to do, okay, before they find or get that interest in you. Are you with me, guys? So you want them to be interested in you. You must have actual proof that, look, this thing that I say I know how to do, I actually know how to do it. Okay. And that is what stands you out. Okay. You must have like a portfolio. And don't worry, I'll show you what a portfolio looks like later on in this session. But let me let you in on one extra secret. You know, recruiters abroad, they are no longer looking to hire talents that are within their own locality. Let me tell you why. So, say I'm a recruiter, right? And I'm situated somewhere in the US, and I want to hire a data analyst for a company. Okay, the company doesn't care whether the data analyst, in fact, the company is looking for somebody to work remotely. They don't have, the physical infrastructure, or they are not even interested in you coming to the office. We are just looking for somebody who knows how to do it, regardless of where they are. And companies like this are very common in the US. Okay, and remind me if I forget, if you stay to the end, remind me that I said I want to mention some websites here to you guys, where you can look for remote jobs. Okay, so remind me, write it down, don't forget, remind me. But back to what we are talking about. These recruiters are no longer looking for tech professionals that are situated within their locality. And the reason is very simple. A tech talent abroad has to be paid nothing less than 40,000 US dollars per year. 40,000. Okay. And even that 40,000 over there it's the lower end of a data analyst job over there. Now, guess what the recruiter will do? They want to save money. That means that's the job of the HR. HR wants to save the company as much money as they possibly can. That's their own KPI. Right? So guess what? This recruiter will then start to outsource, they will start to look for talents that can do that same thing, but are located in Africa. Because that talent in Africa, they can pay them as low as 7,000 US dollars. Look at the gap. 40,000 down to 7,000 US dollars. And where are the Forex guys in the house? Where are the Forex guys in the house? Help us very quickly. 7,000 US dollars per year divided by 12. How much will you be earning on a monthly basis in Naira? Help us do that. Type it in the chat. And when the Forex guys are done with the conversion, I want you to look at the salary and tell me, does that look like something decent for you if you are living in Nigeria right now? Okay, 7,000 US dollars per year divided by 12, that's per month. How much would you be earning in naira? Okay, in naira, 7,000 divided by 12. So in naira, not dollars. I don't want dollars. You spend, except if you're spending dollars in Nigeria. Okay, I'm talking about naira. How much are you going to earn monthly in naira? So as the first guys are doing that, let's go ahead. This is what the recruiters are doing these days. So they can save up to 90%, if not more. They can save up to 90%. So somebody said 900K. Fantastic. So guys, um, look, it may not be, I mean, 900K does not sound like a lot of money to some people. Okay. So 900K monthly, just you personally, does that sound good for you? Look, given the current economy in Nigeria right now. So if it's not for, if you're earning more than that already, maybe you don't even need this particular webinar. All right. But it sounds like a decent salary for you on a monthly basis. Then guess what? You are in the right place. Recruiters are looking for people who have the skill. It is the skill they are looking for. Once they can ascertain that, okay, you can do this thing, okay, you get open to this. All right. So, but let's continue. Now, as we are talking right now, on LinkedIn alone, there are so many jobs across data and AI. All right, so many jobs, so many jobs. But guess what? You are looking for just one of these jobs. You need just one of these jobs for your story to change. For your story to change, it's just one you need, right? And one of or let me not say one, the reason why it's so difficult for most people to get such opportunities is because they don't even know what you don't know what you are lacking. You don't know what to focus on right now. So if you had like 1 month, you have 1 month, and you are to focus on some things, what should you focus on now to better position yourself for opportunities like this? If you have 1 month. All right. So what you really need right now, I've condensed it into 5 things. Number one is you need to be skilled in Power BI and Looker Studio. You need to be skilled in Power BI and Looker Studio. You need to be skilled in Power BI and Looker Studio. Okay, these are high in demand data visualization tools right now. Okay, you even have roles like Power BI analysts, Power BI developers, Looker Studio experts, and all of these are right there on LinkedIn. All right, all of these are right there on LinkedIn. Okay, and very soon we'll go into LinkedIn and you see exactly how that looks like. Give me a second. 1 second, guys. All right, so you're gonna see exactly how that looks like. All right, so a lot of, if you have these skills, even Power BI alone will take you a long way. Power BI alone, because it's developed by Microsoft and it is highly recognized right now. Another thing you need is a website portfolio. Recruiters love it when it is easy to see the work you've been able to do so far. The work you've been able to do so far. If you can present it in a one-stop shop, in one place, neatly and attractively, it gives off, okay, this person knows what they are doing. Number three, you need personal brand visibility. Your LinkedIn has to be squeaky clean. Your LinkedIn has to be squeaky clean. All right, your LinkedIn has to be fantastic. Okay, it has to be giving I know what I am doing whenever a recruiter lands there. You also need to start getting yourself conversant with AI. So things like prompt engineering, even the basics, you need to start immersing yourself in AI. A lot of people say, oh, AI is going to replace me, AI is going to replace you. Well, I tell them, yes, AI will replace you if you keep talking about AI and not taking action on equipping yourself with AI skills. If you keep talking about it, it will replace you one day. And it will not replace you like how you think, okay? A lot of people think, oh, they're going to bring a robot that will do all my work. No, it is a human being like yourself that knows how to use AI that they will bring to replace you. And that's how AI is going to replace you. So you need to be the person to replace others, not the other way around. Okay, I tell a lot of professionals these days that look, you're there, you think you have job security, right? Try ignoring AI and see what will happen to you very soon. Okay, so you also need AI powered TV. Now, the AI powered TV gives you a very good chance of beating the ATS. How many of you remember what I called the ATS? Who can remember what's the ATS again? I want to know if you are following me. This is a litmus test to know if you're actually following me. What did I call the ATS again? What did I say the ATS was? Type it in the chat, please. Type it in the chat. Type it in the chat. Let's see. Type it in the chat. What did I say the ATS was? What did I say the ATS is? Applicant tracking system. Hakeem, fantastic. Applicant tracking system. Okay. So if you want to beat the applicant tracking system, fantastic. Thank you, Richard. If you want to beat the ATS, the applicant tracking system, you need to power your CV with AI. So it's going to be AI versus AI. Okay. Because guess what? AI versus human, when it comes to job application, the AI will always beat you. All right. So you want to ensure you power your CV up with AI. Now, once you have these things, okay, you're good to go. Now, one of the things we did here at Navient is we looked at the future of jobs report for 2025. And if you don't know what that is, it is developed by the World Economic Forum, and the World Economic Forum comprises a group of thought leaders, billionaires in dollars, economy drivers, politicians, and very powerful set of individuals that drive the trajectory of economy. Okay, so they come together to discuss what is the future of jobs right now. All right, and guys, fill out the attendance form so that you don't miss my slide. If not, all this information, you will not get it. Okay, so instead of you writing it down, just fill out the attendance form and listen. All right, so now they looked at what is the trajectory, what jobs are going to be very popular going forward, and they did not really look at specific jobs as per the name of the job, because it won't tell the real story. They looked at it as what's our industry in need of right now, and ranking number one is AI and information processing technologies. AI and information processing technologies. Information processing technologies, that's pretty much data analytics, all right? Analyzing data, processing information, right? So these are the things you want to start skilling yourself up in so that you become relevant going into that future. Okay, you want to be relevant. This is another wave. Are you going to miss this wave as well? So that was what we looked at. And if you're looking for reasons, you're still looking for reasons to motivate yourself. Okay, why should I even go into this? Number one, it's easy to learn. You don't have to climb the mountain to learn this. And when I say easy to learn, I don't mean no, you don't have to lift a finger, just sit down to enter your head. No, that's not what I mean. You show up, you do your own bit, and guess what? Because of the support, the kind of support you would get, and couple with your own dedication as well, you're going to be able to learn this to a level where you can confidently say, I know how to do it. So this is not forex. I'll come and tell you you can do it to your phone, anywhere you are, you can trade. No, this is not forex. All right, this is tech. So you do your own bit, and guess what? Regardless of whatever sector you are from, you're a fresh graduate, you're a young professional, you're approaching retirement, or you've even retired, you're currently a student, whatever your situation is right now, you can actually jump on this, learn it to a level where you can say, I can do it. Number two, it is transition. Because of the sheer abundance of these jobs online. And I've told you, remind me so that I give you those websites. I'll mention it actually. I didn't write it in the slides. Okay. So but something tells me I should tell you guys. Okay. Now it's easy to transition because right now the demand for these roles is on the high and it is still increasing. So that makes it easy for you to land yourself a job once you're done. And number three is it has fantastic salary projections. I mean, we just talked about 900K per month. In fact, some of these recruiters, although this is outrageous, but they still pay some Nigerians as low as 5,000 US dollars. 5,000 US dollars per year. And if you convert that to Naira per month, that's around 600, 620K per month. And for most people in this economy, that is still a very decent salary to earn for yourself. Okay? To earn for yourself, whether you're single, you're married, you are whatever strata of life you are in, most people don't get that here in Nigeria. Okay, people earn that, don't get me wrong, but not most people, if you get what I mean. So you want to be among that selected few. So for that reason, the salary projections are fantastic. So now, what have we done here at Nebiant? We crafted out an intensive 1 month training so that you can move from where you are now to positioning yourself for these opportunities. So you want to move from not being known to being known or being noticed by potential recruiters. That is what this is all about. Okay, you need just 1 month of dedication to this. And in the first week, you get to learn Lucas Studio and you build something like this. Okay, an end-to-end project with Lucas Studio. So you get yourself skilled in local studio. There are a lot of industries looking for people who know how to use local studio. Okay, coupled with Power BI. Now, some organizations will tell you we're looking for somebody to migrate us from local studio to Power BI. We want to do a report migration. They'll call it one fancy English. And what they are simply saying is we need somebody that knows both local studio and Power BI so that our current local studio dashboard, the person can recreate it in Power BI. Simple. That's what they call migration. And then they speak all those big grammar and they're like, wait, how will I migrate? How will I this? How will I that? That's not your worry. Okay. So you build something like this, or even better in the second week in Power BI. In the third week, you'd start to learn AI for data analytics. So you learn a bit of AI prompt engineering, how to interact with AI, and how to get the best results from AI. Okay, so a job that would rather take you 3 hours to do, you can do it within 30 minutes. Okay, you save 2 hours, 30 minutes by powering up your job with AI. And number four, you need to have a portfolio of projects and you also need LinkedIn optimization as well as AI powered TV. I've talked about AI powered TV. I think this is for its third time or second time around in this session. So let me show you. This is what a portfolio looks like, but let me show you in real time. So a website portfolio, all right, is what you need. Okay, so your own personal website, all right, where you host your work, something like this. Okay, so if you give the link to a recruiter, right, the recruiter, or if the link is on your profile or something, anybody who clicks on it, it brings them to this page and they can scroll, read a little bit about you, and they can look at your project. Okay, they can view your project, or they can literally just click on this portfolio tab up top here. All right, so if you click on it, they get to see some of the fantastic job that you've done so far. And these are the kind of projects recruiters want to see in your portfolio that would ginger them, permit me to use that word, ginger them towards having a conversation with you at least. They always want to talk to you. Will you be available for an interview? What time? They want to work with you. If you ever get the opportunity to see what goes through and goes through the mind of a recruiter sometimes, because sometimes they may interview a lot of people, they don't really get people who meet their standard. So when they see people like you, of course they're not going to tell you we desperately need to hire, but they are desperate. As desperate as you are looking for that job, they're also desperate to hire somebody. Because hiring somebody is contingent on them meeting their KPI. Am I making sense, guys? So the best thing you can do for yourself now is to start adding all of these things into your bag. You want to have something like this for you. Do you know the fantastic thing about what I'm showing you on the screen now? The site it is not a paid site. Once you build it, it is for free for life. As if that is not enough. You don't need to write code to build this. You won't write one line of code to build this. In fact, you see the 1 hour we spent today. If this was what we came to do to build this website, we could have made good progress so far by now. Okay, so I just wanted to show you what it looks like, okay, in real time. So now that is what you need right now to position yourself. And more people who have passed through Nabian's analytics and gone on to thrive. You have Ugochi. Ugochi was a nursing mother. In fact, she had to leave her job for a while. All right, that was the reason she left her job. She left her job to nurse and the likes. She was becoming a mom and so on and so forth. So she had to step out of the corporate space. So on trying to get back into the corporate space, into the workforce, she thought, you know what, I need to go for tech so that it's not as if I'm starting over again. So I want to start in a way that I can gain vantage. I can get back that time lost. So she decided, you know what, let me join Aviant, let me do one of their programs. So she joined us, she took one of our programs, and fast forward in June 2025, and this was 1 month after our program had ended, she got a role as a business analyst working with Marriott Consulting. All right, Marriott Consulting. And you can see her own portfolio as well. You can see there's a link to her portfolio and her profile there on LinkedIn. If you search her name on LinkedIn, you're going to see her. All right. So you also have Mary. Mary was scrolling on Instagram. She stumbled upon us and she's been looking for how to work remotely. So she thought, you know what, I think this is my bus stop. So she joined one of our programs. And right now, as we speak, Mary is currently, I think, in the 3rd month in her 6-month paid internship. And that contract has a clause where there is a high possibility of retaining her on the long term, depending on her performance over the course of that 6 months. So she's giving herself that opportunity right now. Okay. So, and one thing Mary used to say to us is that I think the CV you guys gave us stood me out. While that is true, Mary was actually trying to downplay her own efforts. And I used to tell Mary, don't downplay the work you did. I mean, Mary, you showed up, you didn't miss classes. And even if you missed classes, you went back to the recording to look at the class. So that's what I used to tell Mary, that don't downplay the effort you put in, because if you had sat without taking that decision in the first place to skill up, you won't have gotten this opportunity. So forget about whatever CV we gave you. Yes, it had an impact, but that is not the only thing that was. You took the decision to even give yourself the opportunity to make it happen in the first place. Oluwaseun Ojo. Oluwaseun used to work in a microfinance bank as a risk officer. All right. So there was this particular event where I was invited to speak. So Oluwaseun, and this was sometime last year, Oluwaseun, I was in that event speaking. Oluwaseun asked me a lot of questions. Even after the event, he asked me a lot of questions. Unknown to me, Oluwaseun went home that day and started implementing those things I said to him that day. So he had already decided that he would join our program. But even before the program started, he had already started getting the attention of recruiters. Imagine somebody has not learned any skill. He just optimized his LinkedIn profile and he started getting the attention of recruiters. All right. He started getting the attention of recruiters. Okay. And just so you guys can connect with me as well. All right. I'm gonna put my LinkedIn profile in the chat. So as you're filling the attendance form, also ensure to send me a connection request if you're on LinkedIn. Okay, send me a connection request. Let's connect, let's talk more. All right. So and Oluwaseun, this young man has gone on to get several gigs. Right now I cannot count, and I'm sure there are so many that I don't even know of right now. All right. So you want to give yourself this kind of opportunity. You have to actually make that decision now. Okay. I speak with so many Africans, so many people, and they tell me, "Oh, Mohammed, um, you know, I don't have time." I'm saying, in this economy, you're still saying you don't have time. You don't have time to fight what. Let me not say anything. So that's pretty, you know where I'm going, right? So that's pretty much what it is. Okay. Now there are so many more. You have Grace Udwakbasi. Her own company tried to ignore her until she finally slipped away. Okay, this was somebody that only knows how to operate a computer. That's all. She only operates a computer to print documents, this and that. And now she works in tech. Lebra Alawali used to be a teacher. She was able to transition into becoming a data analyst from teaching. Helene Okai, on the other hand, finished with a biology degree from the university and now works as a marketing data analyst. So at the end of the day, it's going to boil down to you making that decision. All right. It's going to boil down to you making that decision. Now, it's an intensive 1 month journey, 100% online on Saturdays, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Um, you get to work on real world projects, and then the first 2 Sundays you get what we call preparatory videos. So you don't have to come to class. All you need to do is to watch the videos. It prepares you ahead of class so that the experience you have in class would solidify the preparation that you've done. Okay, and there will be an expert there where you can ask questions, they'll guide you and the likes, like that. So you're going to work with two platforms. Okay, you're going to work with Google Classroom. The Google Classroom, once you're here, it's a lifetime access you have. So all your class recordings, the class you attend on Saturdays, we'll record it. I'll put the recording in this classroom. You have access to it lifetime. Okay, and then you have the preparatory videos. You have access to this through the program so that you can prepare yourself um, before class. Okay, this was designed by Nigerian Analytics. So you can see the full course brochure here. Okay, when you get the slide, click on this, you see the full course brochure and some of our other flagship courses as well. And I also included some of our students' portfolio so you can see what our students have come up with. All right, you get to see what some of our students have been able to come up with, after passing through our training program. All right, so you can click through the view, just click on any of the view portfolio when you get the PDF, and you would get that. Okay, you would definitely get that. Give me a second. All right. So are we together, guys? Are we together? Are we together? Have you learned something so far? Have you learned something so far? Okay, before I move into educating you on how to get into our classes, have you learned one or two things so far? Fantastic. I'm glad it was worth your time. Okay, and I'm eager to also hear from you with your questions. Now, how do you get into our next class? Now, our next class is starting our next class is starting on the 8th of November. On the 8th of November, you can start this journey, and through the November period, you get yourself skilled up ahead of the end of the year. So that come December and 2026, You are no longer talking about, oh, how do I get into tech? You are well positioned for opportunities. There's going to be a flurry of, recruitment during this time. It's usual. A lot of hiring, because a lot of people are leaving their jobs also. A lot of changes here and there. So you want to start getting yourself positioned. Okay. Now, how do you get into our program? Because this program, like you already know, is our tech elevator program. All right, our tech elevator program. That's what we call this intensive 1 month program. Now, the program ordinarily, listen very carefully, guys, because not many people will get to benefit from this. Ordinarily, the program costs 100,000 naira only. But for those of you that are on this call right now, that would decide that, look, I want to do this, you would not be paying 100,000. You'd actually get a 60% whooping early bird discount if you're locking it down now. If you lock down your position now, all you need to pay is 40,000 naira instead of 100,000. Okay. So with 40,000 naira, you can get to enjoy all of the things that I've talked about so far in this session for just 40,000 naira, a 60% early bird discount. All right. So just for those of us in this session right now, before this session ends. So you have all the reasons to take that step right now. Okay. Some of us have done some courses before. Some of you may um, haven't have done some courses before. This is your chance to set the record straight and to set things right. All you need to do is a direct transfer to a Kuda bank account that you can see on the screen, 300-264-8016. And once you're done, you send me, Muhammad, a DM on WhatsApp with a proof of payment, and you get the next steps, what to do with the next steps. Okay, what to do with the next steps. All right, you get what to do with the next, you get the next steps of the program. So, guys, that is the offer. Who is working with me? Who is working with me? So send me a DM. I only want to work with 10 people. All right, just 10 people. I don't need crowd, just 10 people that get the early bird discount. 10 people. Okay, I get the early bird discount. So I've already started getting DMs. So if you're the one who sent me a DM, don't worry, I'll respond to you after the program has ended, after this call ends. So if you have any questions for me, we have like 10, this is 8:47, so we have roughly around 10 minutes. I said roughly 1 hour, 15 minutes, right? So I've kept to time. So now the mic, I'm handing over the mic to you guys. If you want to ask me any question, you can either type it in the chat or you use the raise hand icon like so, and then I will call you. I'll call your name, and only if I call your name, you unmute your mic to ask me a question. So please don't mute your mic unless I call your name, just so that we can maintain decorum tonight in this session. So, okay, somebody is reminding me the remote websites. Okay, so let me give you how many now? Let me give you 3 websites. Okay, that if you are serious, you will come back to me on LinkedIn and tell me that, Mohammed, I joined your session some time ago. You gave me this website. I went there and I've started getting interviews. Okay, micro1.ai, go and open an account there. Okay, target data jobs. All right, micro1.ai. You also have WWR, we work remotely. So go there, charge yourself. Okay, you have LinkedIn is very popular, but a lot of people underrate LinkedIn because it's very popular. They don't, when when you see something or hear about something too much, you underrate it. LinkedIn is one of them as well. You also have crossover.com. Okay, this site that I'm mentioning are meant for serious people. Okay, serious people. All right. So crossover.com. So that is it. If you got all 3, please type it for people in the chat. Let me answer questions. Let me answer questions. Let me see. So only by call your name, then you ask questions. I'm looking for, so this first person, let me see. I want to pronounce your name correctly. I hope I don't murder your name. Ikiernom Kegnen. Did I pronounce your name correctly? People tell me I'm very good at pronouncing names. So did I pronounce your name correctly? Ikiernom. Your hand is up, so you can feel free to unmute your mic. Let me see. Do you have the ability to unmute? Yes, you can unmute your mic, Ikiernom, and ask a question. So let me type. So I don't think Ikiernom is with us. So I'll go to the next person, Paul Naomi. Okay, Paul Naomi, go ahead. Go ahead and ask a question.
Hello, good evening, everyone.
Yeah, good evening, Naomi. How are you doing?
I'm fine. Thank you very much for your um enlightenment and every other thing. Please, I would
Pleasure.
like to ask for
All right.
for like those that would like to like participate in the program, is
Mhm.
it like the platform or like a room for an installment payment, maybe twice before the program
Okay.
starts properly? Thank you.
Okay. Very good question. All right. Very good question. Normally we don't do installments. All right. But the only condition, and it is on a case-on-case basis. Okay. The, it was Naomi that asked me this question. So the answer I'm giving Naomi is just for Naomi. It's only for Naomi. Okay. So now what you can do is you lock down your position with part payment with half now, and then you can then top up later before the class starts. Okay, say by the end of the month, you top it off so that you can secure your position. Else, you'll be reverted to the original price, which is 100,000 naira. Okay, so Naomi, how about that? Your mic is muted in case you're speaking. Okay, so Naomi, okay, I've seen your text in the chat. So what you can do is, what you want to do now, Naomi, is send me a DM. Do you have my number? Send me a DM, log down your sports, so I tell you what to do next. Okay, so you don't miss out. Okay, that is just for Naomi. If you do what I said Naomi should do now, it's see Naomi's name is on my list already, so you don't have that. It's just meant for Naomi. All right. So Naomi, ensure to send me a DM now so that I'll tell you what to do after locking down your position right away. 0703 215 8619. WhatsApp, please. WhatsApp. Okay. WhatsApp 0703 215 8619. So next person on my list is so I'm just gonna drop Ikenom's hand. I'll drop Naomi's hand also. Hakim Olaleye. I'm sure I pronounced your name correctly. Did I pronounce your name correctly?
Yes, indeed. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. Should I
Yeah,
should
good
I
evening.
add should I add
Should
should
I
I
add
add
should I add
should I add
should I
to your course
to your
for
course
pronouncing your name
for
correctly?
pronouncing your name correctly? Sorry, I didn't get that.
I was saying, should I add
I'll
extra
say, should
money
I add extra
to
money
it because
Yeah,
I
you can
pronounced
do
your name
that.
correctly?
Because I pronounce your name correctly? No
Fantastic.
problem. Fantastic. Thanks for the lecture.
It's a pleasure.
It's a pleasure. Yeah. My question is, outside this online program, do you offer physical class training too? That's just my
All
question.
right,
All
fantastic
right.
question.
Fantastic question.
I'm just going to
I'm
mute
just
your
going to
mic.
mute your mic.
Yeah, I'm muting your mic so that I don't get my feedback. So now, um, we used to do physical classes, okay, but that has since stopped, and the reason is very simple. Okay, number one, we don't want you as the learner to be confined to professionals with within a certain locality. So some of the professionals that you work with are not they are not close by at all. Okay, they are outsourced from across Africa. That's one. Number two, there are so many Africans, okay, who want to also benefit from this. You have Ghanaians, Kenyans joining the program. So you also get to, work with this set of people. All right, that's number two. Number three, the world is going remote these days. Okay, that you are not in the UK or in the US right now does not mean you can't work for companies there. So how do you start getting yourself conversant with remote work if you can't even learn remotely? You get my point. So for these reasons, okay, we design the program in such a way that it's equipping people to actually work remotely. So remote work etiquette, and some of these things, you get to learn them along the line as an extra, okay, as you learn. So I hope that answers the question, Hakeem.
Yes, thank you. Another thing,
Yeah,
the discount price.
yeah.
When does when does it expire?
Oh, when I drop off this call,
Oh, when I drop off this call,
once I'm done answering
once I'm
questions.
done answering questions.
Okay. All right, thank you.
All right, that's fine. Okay, so meanwhile, I don't know, Hakim, what's your plan? Are you locking down or have you sent me a DM already? Because I've received like another DM now or two on my phone. So
On
are
my
you
phone. So are you
I'm not locking down at the moment, but if the
okay?
deadline can be
okay?
extended, we can.
When you say
When you say
extended to when?
extended to where?
Sorry?
When are you looking at?
When are you looking at?
Ah, maybe a week or two.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Uh,
Uh,
so let me
let me
mute my.
mute my.
So I would have loved to give you that a week or two, but guess what? The required number of people would have been, even tonight as I'm speaking with you, all right, quite a lot of DMs have entered already. So if you come by that time, there may not be space. So can you make it a lot earlier than that? Okay, you can send me a DM if you wish to discuss that further. Okay, but it is contingent on you locking down your position tonight with at least 20,000 naira. Okay, you lock it down, show that commitment, and then I can work with you. So who is the next person? Um, Dogo Sabo Barnabas. Go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Okay, yes, I can. I can hear you.
Job done. Very good job done. And this is my question. I
Okay.
noticed here on the platform, see that attended this your lecture, you are almost 70. Though some people came in and left.
I can't hear you anymore. Are
I
you
said,
using
see that,
are you using a headphone,
am I using?
like a earpiece or headphone or something?
I am on speaker. Let me remove it on speaker because clearly, so I put it. Okay. I don't know if you can hear me now.
Oh yes, I can.
Okay,
Clear.
so that was saying is that
Yeah, I'm
we
with
that
you.
attended this your briefing, we are about 70, though a lot of people came in and left, but we are
Yeah.
between the range of 60 and 70 that are always there. If
Mm-hmm.
you can address us and brief us concerning this training, and we all listened at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
the main training you said you want only 10 people,
Yeah.
when you can take 70 and 100 and all of us will listen to the lectures and still understand remotely like you said,
Mhm.
why
Yeah.
are you bringing down the number to 10?
Okay. Are you first of all, are you part of the people that have already sent me again? Because as we are speaking like this, people are locking down their spread.
Yes, I'm not part of the people who have locking down the like the other last person asked, and
Mm.
actually I connected. I just saw your mail and I connected, and
Okay.
some things are done. Some of us cannot do some payment in a rush because of the nature of today.
Okay,
And
that's
maybe
fantastic.
so let's say 1 or 2 weeks. You understand? Conveniently, one can now pay. You understand, and be part of the training because it is a good development.
Okay.
So,
Um,
but
fantastic.
talking of this night now, would have
Mhm.
loved to, but it may
Okay.
not be convenient. So
Okay. Let me
that
ask you a question. Can I go ahead?
go ahead.
Okay. So do you think the package is even worth 100K to even start with?
This package is worth 200K.
Fantastic. So
You understand? Let me
meaning that
explain to you.
okay, go ahead.
It is worth 200K, even more. There are people who charge more than that, but as you are, like you are speaking, like if I understand you, you
Mm-hmm.
are willing to help people. A lot of people, and some of us will have done this training elsewhere, but because of the cost of the training, we are not
Mm-hmm.
able to do it. So if you
Very
are helping people and you bring it down to 50, which is good, you understand,
yeah.
then allow the people to pay and do it and let there be a God blessing. I know even with the 100 or 200K, there will be God blessing because a lot of people will learn. But make it convenient for people who really want to do it. You understand? Give us that
Mhm.
little 1 or 2 weeks. Now, some of us, most of us will pay, and you have more people and more of the money. And
Okay.
then
Fantastic. Okay,
yes.
I'm with you. I'm with you.
So
Are you done here?
I think one last thing, the this training you can get job anywhere. I don't know where there will be certification because some people, some companies, especially here in Nigeria and others, because work can even come within Nigeria, they want to see that certification that actually you had a training, you know what you are doing, you have been certified. Will there be certification?
Okay, fantastic one. Now you get a certificate at the end of the program. All right, you get a certificate at the end of the program. Okay, so that's a given. So regarding the first question,
Yes.
so 10 people that I talked about, okay, is just for the early birthday.
Okay.
And I'm very happy that you also concord that even at 100,000 naira, it's still worth it.
Yes.
Okay, so if I were, I mean, when I was in your shoes, I
Yes.
wish that something like this. Okay, I wish I had something like this back then during my time. So let me just mute your mic a little bit, so that because it's
From you.
interfering with my speech. Don't worry, I'll help you mute it. All right, so let me mute it. All right, now, so here's the thing, yeah. When you look at the value compared to what you are sacrificing 1 month, and at this particular price. During my time, it took me 2 years to break into tech. And it's not as if it's all the things I did in that 2 years that got results. It was the things I did in the final 2 months that got me my first real result. And what happened in those 2 months? It was in those 2 months I met my mentor. And he asked me a question. Oh, what are you learning now? I said I was learning Python. He asked me, do you know how to use Excel? Do you know how to use Power BI? Do you know how to use Local Studio? And I was like, I know how to use Excel now. And then he asked me some basic questions. And that was when I knew the reality. And not until I took that trajectory, as of that point in time, before I started to see results. So at the end of the day, if they say time is money. If you were to quantify, let's even look at some of the time some of us spend in the university. Okay, I spent roughly 7 years doing from my 100 level days down to NYC, 7 good years. Okay, so at the end of the day, when you look at that, imagine I had invested that time alone. Let's leave the money aside, the time in this. So at the end of the day, right, it's a case of, do I really want this? Okay. If let's say you're drowning in the water now and I throw you a life belt, you will not even You not even think about it. You grab it. You don't care who is throwing you the life belt as of that point in time, right? So at the end of the day, right, look at this as a package. And if you end up paying 100,000 naira, okay, that's if you end up paying 100,000 naira. I still want you to look at it as it is worth your money at the end of the day. Okay, so that's how I want you to look at it. All right. I can see so many people in my DM already. All right. So if you've sent me a message in my DM, don't worry, I would respond to you. Okay, 0703-215-8619. But Dogo, I hope I made my point and you understand where I'm coming from. Hi, Dogo. I hope you were able to get that.
Hello.
Yeah.
Please, I just remember something, which is one of my major reasons for calling.
Okay.
The lectures you said is going to be Saturdays.
Yeah.
And how many hours on Saturdays?
Okay, 3 hours.
And we have, from what you listed, there are a lot to learn. You understand? And like the other last person called that asked about this classroom lecture. Some of us, like me, I prefer a classroom teaching where
Yeah.
you can ask a question, practically show so that you understand it fully. So I think from if we do only 3 hours and there is a lot to learn,
Mm.
can we achieve it in just maybe 4 weeks in a month? 4 Saturdays, 3 hours each Saturday. Though you said
Very
there
good.
is going to be a pre learning lesson before the Saturday.
Exactly.
Yes,
Exactly.
but
So
I am still thinking is like the time is less because the if anybody like I've gone through online, I've done my own research, I've gone through online to see the teaching. The teaching on Power BI is much. But I
okay.
know you all know why you are giving the 3 hours. I'm just thinking from my own angle anyway.
Fantastic. Very good concern. All right. Can you help me mute your mic again, please?
Okay.
Thank you very much. So the idea is this, right? And I like the way you pay attention to detail specifically. So the pre-recorded videos, right, is in such a way that it prepares you ahead of class. So you've gotten more information. Now, the time for the class on paper is 3 hours. Okay, and that's very deliberate. So that you come to class, it's not an endless class you're coming to have. So now, if there is a need to extend right on that spot, maybe by another 30 minutes, even 1 hour, depending on what you
Yes,
need.
now. Yeah.
Give me a second. Please, guys, don't, like I said, keep your mics muted until I call your name. Please, guys. All right. Thank you very much. So, as I was saying, if the facilitator deems it fit, that okay, guys, I
Yes.
think we need to.
Yes, please.
So I'll just mute everybody's mic for now, and then I'll turn it on back later on. All right. So the point I was trying to make is, if the facilitator deems it fit for you or to extend, I mean that messed up my train of thought. Sorry about that. So as I was saying, if the facilitator deems it fit to extend the class, okay, definitely they will liaise with you guys and extend accordingly. But it's not an endless class where you would come and you just be there endlessly. All right. So that's not what we do here. We are these are the professionals that are working with you are people that have other things that they also do. Okay. And these are also highly effective professionals. They are trained to train as well. They went through this pain that majority of the Africans have gone through. So they are in the best position to train you guys. So at the end of the day, we focus on practicals. That's why it's not endless. Okay, it's a special way of, I don't know if you've heard of andragogy before. So we know we are teaching adults and adults learn experientially. So if you put a group of adults together, whether they are young adults or even managers in the highest positions in industries, if you are teaching them theory, something they cannot conceptualize visibly, then you're wasting their time. So we focus on case studies. A business has so and so problem. You have to solve it with ABC. How do you build stuff with Power BI, with Local Studio to solve these problems? So that's what we focus on in class. You get to learn it. You also work on more projects, test yourself afterwards, add it to your portfolio. So all of these things, you know, you get to have them within this time frame. So like today, earlier today, I had a class 11 a.m. to, I think the class ended, was it 2:30? We're learning um what did I even teach them? I think that was Excel, something around Excel, built a project with them in that particular class. So at the end of the day, all right, it is a case of, do I really want to do this? So that's the question you really need to ask yourself. Again, for those of you who have sent me DMs, I know you are itching for me to answer you. I would answer you once this call ends, all right? So we have just 5 more minutes on the call, but I hope I was able to drive my point home and answer your question, Dogo. All right. So while I'm waiting for Dogo's response, I think I'll go to the next person, Kingsley. Kingsley Ikwegu. I hope I pronounced your name correctly. If I did, I would collect fine from you. Did I pronounce your name correctly, Kingsley? Oh, okay. People cannot unmute. Sorry about that. So you should be able to.
Yes, if you can hear me, you answered my question perfectly well. I'm okay.
All right, fantastic. I'll be looking forward to getting your DM then.
Okay,
All right,
thank you.
it's a
So
pleasure.
can I go ahead?
Absolutely, you have the floor now.
Good evening. Good
Yeah, good
evening.
evening. How are you doing today?
Very fine, thank you. So most of my questions have already been answered. So let me just
All
go
right,
straight so that we don't waste anybody's time. First and
okay.
foremost, I don't the next class you are talking of, you said
Mhm.
8th of November. I said,
Yes,
why that 8th of November? The whole
fantastic.
October is already blank. I'm not really comfortable with we're already having a juicy opportunity and we are
Mhm.
now gasping for it from afar. It doesn't make sense.
All right, it's fantastic. What you've said. Okay, so I used to tell people that the best time to actually get into tech was yesterday. All right, so and the next best time is today. So why November? Okay, why November? So in our experience, all right, in our experience, okay, if you want to get the best from a program like this, okay, where you want the best form of experience, one of the things that you want to look at is for people within. We looked at people within these specific markets, the kind of people we want to get access to this. Normally, the kind of people that would get access to this are even people that cannot afford this kind of value to even start with. In a second. So some of them will need time to be able to get things like a laptop. Okay, we've seen that happen in the past. Oh, I need to arrange a laptop, so on and so forth. So for that reason, everybody starts November 8th. Okay, we have another program starting, not this particular one, another one is starting October. So if you want to join that one, Kingsley, you can send me a DM specifically for that one. But it's a different package entirely, not this one. Okay, it's a different package entirely. But for this one, it starts November 8th. All right. So I hope that answers your question.
Yes, yes. Another
All
thing
right.
is that when it came to the installment issues, really you
Mhm.
posted the stuff. I saw a pay stack link.
Yeah.
I immediately went to that link. I was already feeling it when you now started saying the installment issue ends when you end the call. do
Yeah.
the rest. And I got so down. I didn't understand what to do again. So I just hanged and left it like that. I mean, probably
Okay.
because just like the former people said, that it's not something any of you can just jump in like this. But since we have seen that this is good,
Mhm.
I was already, in fact, I was already going far with the pay stack stuff before we started talking about 10 persons and all the rest. So I have to stop waiting for my time to ask the questions.
Okay, absolutely. So again, like I said, please do not unmute your mic. Please, guys, do not unmute your mic until I ask you to. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. All right. So, like I said, a lot of people want it. A lot of people want to get it. But I also know from experience that not everybody will get it. So again, like I said, we can't train everybody that wants this. You have some people they really want this, but they just can't afford it, right? So at the end of the day, we want to work with people we know we can get results. Okay, all of those nice testimonials that you saw, these are people that really, really wanted it. In the past, there was I don't know if you remember, let me show you this lady so that I drive my point home. This lady, this one here, let me pick my laser so that you can see her. This lady here, Grace. When Grace joined our program, Grace told us that she had to borrow the money. When she got this job, she said she had to borrow the money to join us. So we didn't know she borrowed until she got the job. All right. So at the end of the day, I used to tell people, it's a case of choice. So do you want it or you don't want it? If you're already going on with it, I mean, nothing stops you from taking advantage of it, right? And if you want to go ahead and still send me a DM and say, okay, am I still going to be part of the people that get access to this? Then I can look through the records, okay, look through the numbers, the seats that have been booked, all right, and we can have that conversation. So then I used to tell people, I'm not a policeman, okay? I'm not a policeman, so it's I'm not gonna force you to at the end of the day get into the class. So willingly you want to get into the class, and we will then be committed to working with you to ensure that you have a fantastic experience and you also get to that pedestal that we want you to get to. So does that answer your question, Kingsley?
Yes. Every other thing I have to say, I will have to DM you so I don't waste time, please.
All right. So you can make it tonight so that while I'm answering others, I get to answer you as well.
I
A lot of
will.
people have
I will.
sent me DM already, so I get to answer you as well, and then we can close out.
I will.
All right. Okay.
I
It's
will.
already 9:18. 9:18, and I said 1 hour 15 minutes. Wow. Okay. Let me quickly take somebody in the chat, and then the remaining two people. I'll take Donald and Hakim again. So Donald and Hakim, hang on. Let me take. Okay, Hakim is even the one that asked question in the chat. Please, what are the requirements for this class? Yeah, laptops. Okay, at least have a laptop. All right. At least you need a laptop because Power BI and Lucas Studio run on laptops. Okay, so you need a laptop or access to a laptop for that period of your training. If that's the question you want to ask, then I think I've answered it, Hakeem. So I'll just take um, Donald Emmanuel. Yeah, hi,
Good
Donald.
evening.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah,
How are
good
you doing?
evening. So I'm doing good. I'm a regular. I usually attend the webinars,
Fantastic.
and there was a time I attended, and we. I just wanted to know like the data involved, like when it comes to data subscription involved.
Yeah.
Someone have to be like, someone have to have his like what's the data consumption like? I don't know if you be able to like give
Okay.
like yeah,
Yeah.
just know the data consumption during the period of the class or of the course.
Well, I can't really say that this is the specific amount of data you need, okay? Because there are so many factors that can affect the amount of data that you spend, right?
Mm.
But um, let's say it's not a breakneck amount of data that you spend, right? So I don't want to give a figure and then oh you say oh Mohammed you said I won't spend more than this and I end up spending this. That's it. I don't know if that's enough.
Okay. And this particular class in November, is it different from the one like it's not like it doesn't picture on a particular course in data, like in tech. It doesn't for example like data analytics. It doesn't it's just like a general look at all the courses.
Absolutely. So this particular course can project you into data science, deeper data analytics, even some aspects of business analytics. So if you wish to take it further, these are areas you can look into as well.
Okay.
All right. So
Thank
it's a pleasure. Okay.
thank you.
So I don't know whether
And
you
also,
said,
I also left you a gem.
oh, all right, brilliant. So I'll definitely be responding to each and every one of you one after the other once I drop off this call. All right.
Okay.
So I think that will be everybody for tonight. If you are still here right now, I really, really appreciate your time. And, I hope you got value for the time you spent together with us today. All right. Um, if you really want this, you have my phone number 0703 215 8619. WhatsApp, please. Okay, WhatsApp. The reason I'm saying WhatsApp is if you give me a phone call, all right, you want to give me a nightmare. A lot of people, the way my phone rings is nothing to write home about. So um WhatsApp would be okay. Just shoot me a WhatsApp there and I'll respond to you. And we can take it off from there. So cheers guys, have a wonderful remainder of the weekend.